Smoke weed every day.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and we've got NBA action for you. The Detroit Pistons are looking to avenge their loss from earlier this season against the Miami Heat. Set to call the action are Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, with another NBA Live, my career gameplay. And today we're taking on the Detroit Pistons, who look like they have resurrected themselves since the Josh Smith, since getting rid of Josh Smith and moving him to Houston. Basically, they just resurrected themselves and put themselves in a pretty good position right now to be an 8th seed in the East. I think that spot is currently held by, I think it's between the Heat and the Cavaliers, who are fighting over that 8th seed. I just find it so ironic that the Heat and the Cavaliers are like at the bottom of the barrel. Don't y'all find that so ironic? Like the Heat and the fucking Cavaliers like at the bottom of the standings right now to get into the playoffs in the Eastern Cup. Come on. I thought the Heat was gonna be better than this, man. I can kind of expect that from the Cavaliers, but the Heat, come on, man. Y'all still got the same core. You added a few new players that you actually can use, even though I think Josh McRoberts, he went out with a torn meniscus, right? So torn meniscus, torn ACL, I don't know. They all sound the same to me because they all in the knee. So that's pretty much a wrap for Josh Money Shot McRoberts. I call him Money Shot McRoberts because he got a money shot in NBA 2K14, my team mode. That dude had a money shot. I used to love playing with Josh McRoberts because his money shot was on point. But anyways, though, we are close to All-Star break, and I got a lot to get off. And I'm gonna start off with this before the reserves are announced. The starters just got announced yesterday, so today. Well, yesterday would be Thursday, so today would be Friday. So that means I'm recording this on a Friday, and yeah, the starters were announced, and the only person I really had a problem with being a starter was Kobe Bryant. I know what you're thinking, like, whoa, Kobe Bryant. You have a problem with Kobe Bryant being a starter? Do you not know who? I know who Kobe Bryant is. I know what he does. Okay, 5 rings, 3rd all-time scoring. Blah 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 blah. I don't care about that stuff. I care about seeing the play. Listen. This is just me, but I feel like what's the purpose for having Kobe in there? It's the same way I felt about Dwyane Wade being in there. Even though Dwyane Wade, I think Kyle Lowry just came out of nowhere in the last few months and just like it kind of and I guess Canada just spammed the All-Star voting to get Kyle Lowry in there as the starter because it was finna be Dwyane Wade, but Kyle Lowry got that starting spot. he'll be starting instead of Dwyane Wade, and I'm happy that Dwyane Wade getting in there too. And I know you like, isn't Dwyane Wade like your third favorite player? Yes, he's my third favorite player. But here's the thing. Here's why I don't want to see Kobe Bryant, Dwyane Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan. You know, main reason why I don't want to see old guys in the game. I know you're like, these guys are legends. Yes, I understand they're legends, but what are they going to do in the All-Star game? That's the real question. Ask yourself, what are they going to do in the All-Star game besides stand there, get their 8 to 10 minutes throughout the whole game, and that's pretty much going to be about it for them. These guys aren't going to do much in the All-Star game. They're not. It's not going to be. You're not going to see a bunch of old dudes getting up there, throwing it down and stuff like that. These dudes are mainly resting during the season. Like Kobe's only played about 35 games before he tore his before he did something to his shoulder. I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but I honestly don't care. Kobe, I don't want to see Kobe in there. I don't want to see Dwyane in there. I don't want to see Dirk in there. I don't want to see Timmy in there because they don't do nothing. What are they going to do? I want guys to be in there who are actually going to do something. Like, come on, dog. I don't want to see these dudes in here. They just standing there taking up. They basically are taking a roster spot from a young talent that deserves to be in there. We always complain about these guys getting snubbed, you know, and not getting their chance to shine, but yet we continue to sit here and vote in the guys who are taking up spots from valuable players who should be starting. James Harden should have been starting. I don't care what nobody say. James Harden should have been starting for the Western Conference this year. I don't care. I don't care if it's Kobe Bryant. Come on, man. James Harden is a fucking MVP candidate. How does an MVP candidate get taken over by a guy who's only played 35 games? 35 games this whole season. Come on, dog. I don't want to see Derrick Rose in there either because I know he ain't going to do nothing. He going to just... Plus, he don't even like the All-Star game. Like he said it himself, he doesn't care about the All-Star game. He doesn't care about this stuff. His main concern is mainly getting into the playoffs and winning the championship. That's all he's focused on. He doesn't care about this All-Star stuff. So why put him in there if he doesn't really want to be in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Put players in there that deserve to be in there. Put players in there that deserve to be in there, and you know they're gonna do something. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Kobe gonna just stand there and not do something, but you know, like Kobe not gonna, you know, saying at this age now that Kobe's not gonna go in there and put up 25. You know, he's not gonna do what he did in his first. He's not going to do what he did in his first All-Star game against Jordan and all of them. You know, going behind the back, doing all these spectacular moves, doing 360 windmills and stuff. No, he's not going to do all that. Kobe's going to go into the game. He's going to knock down 2 shots, get 2 assists. He'll probably come back in the third quarter. He'll probably put up like 10 points with 4 assists, and that'll be his whole night right there. With like 1 or 2 rebounds throughout the whole process. Come on, man. Quit putting guys. You guys keep complaining about, oh, this guy got snubbed. Why wasn't he put in there? Because you keep voting in motherfuckers who just taking up roster spots. Who just taking up spots from players who deserve to be in there. Put players in there who are going to do something, not players who are just going to be there just to be there. Like, oh, I'm thankful to be here, but just know I'm not going to do nothing. That's a waste. That's a waste of a spot to me. To me personally, that's a waste of the spot, and and that takes away from a player who should have been in there, could have been in there. Like, listen, for the reserves, there's one player I feel like should get in there, and I hope he gets in there, and that guy's name is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy fucking Butler. That boy on fire this year. He deserves to be in this. I feel like Taj Gibson, he deserved to be in it last year. He got snubbed. it's a bunch of guys in there that should have been in there last year, but Lance Stevenson, he got snubbed, but this year, Lance Stevenson ain't balling. I hope a Buck gets in there. Because we've been shining, even though we just lost to Utah yesterday, but it's whatever though. I'm just tired of seeing players take up roster spots on the All-Star team from players who should have been in there. You know what I'm saying? And then when everybody gets on the internet, and they start crying and complaining, talking about why wasn't this guy put in there? Why this guy got to get put in there? Because y'all keep voting in these motherfuckers who don't fucking deserve it. I understand a guy like Tim Duncan's status. You got to put him in. No, you don't. You don't have to put Tim Duncan in there. You don't have to put Dirk in there. You can replace these guys. These guys are replaceable. I mean, you could put. I'm trying to think of a good power forward you can replace him with. You can't do it with LaMarcus Aldridge because LaMarcus Aldridge, he just went down with torn thumb ligament, so he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. So he's pretty much not going to be able to make it this year. I mean, you could throw in DeAndre Jordan. You could, because DeAndre Jordan would actually do something. He could add some excitement to the game. He's leading the league in field goals and blocks and rebounds this year. Like, you could give him that, You could throw DeAndre Jordan in there. You could throw, who else? I don't know. This is pretty hard. Because as much as I like Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki, it's just that they don't do nothing for me. They're just there to be there. I want to see guys in there who can do something. And that's pretty hard. I know Dwight's going to be in there. We all know Dwight's going to be in there. Dwight's going to be in there, obviously. Who else is going to be in there? I honestly don't know who else is going to be in there. I would say somebody from the Suns, but I don't know. DeMarcus Cousins, he should definitely be in there. He got snubbed last year. I really hope DeMarcus Cousins makes it in there this year. DeMarcus Cousins has been balling this year, and I definitely feel like he deserves to be in the All-Star game. Yes, so DeMarcus Cousins, that's Jimmy Butler and DeMarcus Cousins are my two biggest guys to make it into the All-Star game this year. Other than that, I could give a shit less about anybody else. Those are the two main guys I want to see in the All-Star game this year. Is Jimmy Butler and DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins got snubbed last year. And for the East, I could give a shit less who else gets in there. Hopefully DeMar DeRozan gets in there. It'd be a shame if somebody else from the Cavaliers got in there, because I don't feel like nobody else from the Cavs should be in there besides LeBron. I know Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving. He was the All-Star MVP last year, but this year, no. This year, I can't do it. Jeff Teague got to make it in there this year. I'm taking Jeff Teague over Kyrie. I'm sorry. Kyrie hasn't been living up to standards this year. I feel like Jeff Teague should definitely be starting, but that's just me though. I'm different. I don't follow hype. I don't take all the biggest and brightest players. That's not me. That's not how I roll. I look at players. I look at undervalued players and their talents. What they can bring. I don't just look at stats and highlight reels and shit like that. That's not me. It's the little things that certain players do right that can make you look at them like, that guy should be an all-star. But anyways, though, that's just me. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it. We take care of the Detroit Pistons. Tell me who y'all feel like should make it into the reserves and who shouldn't be in the reserves. To me, it's just a bunch. For me, I don't care who really gets into the reserves as long as it's just as long as it's players that's going to do something and actually excite me to watch the game instead of putting old guys in there who aren't going to get nothing but 8 to 10 minutes of play time, basically taking up a spot from somebody who should have been in there. That's just me, though. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
And putting in the necessary effort to get the win. This segment wouldn't be complete without a look at the game stats.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Here's a look at the numbers. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the latest scores from around the association. With the playoffs coming up, here are the Eastern Conference standings. As we near the end of the regular season, here are the remaining games. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.